very like much like Brute War, like when one guy is going meta, like one base, and the other guy has an expansion, and then the other guy gets spores, and then the other guy uses a lot of lings to, pressure.
Yeah.
Lings are almost more dangerous than the mutas.
Of course, Lings and Brood War were amazing.
Yeah.
Alright. Hopefully let's not look like an ass this time.
I was thinking and about the games that we played so far. It's been really standard macro games, but there are so many variations of this build. Like a lot of times, one player will be getting 8 roaches, taking his drones off gas, and then just going 2 hatch speedlings, like all in right behind that.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something that gives you like a really strong timing attack. And then there's all sorts of variations you can do with how many drones you make and what units you're making, and if you want to attack or defend, and, all that sort of stuff. So maybe I can send you like a replay pack.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Ladder ZvZs, and then people can see more like, oh, you can do this with this build too, and you can use it offensively in this way, or all the different stuff you can do.
That would be amazing. I'm sure everybody on the stream would love you more than they do already. And
well, that's what I'm aiming for, right?
That's right. The love and adoration of your many followers.
But it's hard to demonstrate in just a couple of games. So
yeah, 2 hours really
million
is not.
Things that can happen. So
it's like saying, okay, we're going to learn chess today, and we're going to learn all of this.
Exactly. I think on a map like this, you can send your overlord halfway to the closest base to you, and then you can send it to another natural, because 99% of the time the other guy's gonna send his overlord straight towards you. So
right.
it buys you like a few seconds in seeing what he's gonna do, and those few seconds can really help.
Okay. And then you get gas, right?
When you see his overlord right now, you should know where he's at.
Really? Because I feel like these two overlords cross at such like the same time. Like I feel like my other overlord is about to see something. Like, but you say 12 o'clock.
The
So
way
I say
his
12
overlord at the top of the map is going, you can see that he sent it halfway, or almost halfway, and then sent it to.
Oh,
because of the way
okay,
the direction it's flying in.
That makes sense.
If it was coming from 12 o'clock, it would be more in a more straight line. So that's a pretty big tell.
That does make sense. And we're never taking drones off gas. We're just doing.
No, you should take them. You should take 2 off gas when you get the speed upgrade. But you only have 2 on gas right now, by the way.
I was planning it that way. Do I chase these lings, or I just go on about my business?
As long as you don't let your queen die, then you can go. So I would, yeah. Another thing you want to do is, in this matchup, when you have 2 queens and the 2 larva injects are almost at the same time after 15 hatch, so you probably want to make 2 overlords instead of 1 once you're at 28.
And how's our timing on the Roach Warren? And when do I put guys back on gas?
It's a pretty good timing. Could have been a little faster, but depends if you want to make roaches. Like right now with what you scouted, I wouldn't start making roaches because you didn't see a roach warren, you just saw
Couple Lings.
2 queens, Lings. I think you saw, if you look at the spawning pool, you can tell when something's being researched.
Oh
so
man, I just made drones too. God damn it.
This would be a good time to send them back on gas. And you should always like plan ahead with your overloads.
Yeah.
Even right now, you're gonna be full again. Very fast. Like overlords is just as important as like having 2 queens. Like if you miss out on a couple of larvae that you could use sooner, then those drones are gonna be later, and that's gonna exponentially, you know, be disadvantage into the mid game.
When I want to start taking these gases in the natural.
Pretty much right now, because you made 2 evos, so you're gonna need a lot of gas. And I think the macro hatch is a good idea.
And he's not really making units yet, so I still feel like I can keep droning. What do you think?
Yeah. He's made, yeah, a lot of drones as well.
Oh, there's his Lings.
It's gonna be really annoying.
It is.
You need to have your Lings like
In
positioned
his
so you
base.
wouldn't miss something like that.
Allies are all jacked up. There's Roaches.
Yeah, so he started unit production.
This guy is third.
Forget Roach speed upgrade. So is this how you would play this out normally, or?
I mean, normally I would open Banes. I've been opening Banes basically every game, every map, no matter what. And
Off
then
one base or off an expansion?
off one base.
Alright.
And I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna say what's right and what's wrong. It's just the style I was comfortable with, you know.
It's an opening that can work really well, so there's nothing wrong with playing that way. But I feel like I can stop bailing with a 15 hatch, so after that I feel like I'm ahead. So I prefer playing this way. Also because I'm a macro player, just, I don't know, from Brute War, and that's always how I play the game.
Well, I play very macro-centric in my other matchups, so, you know, it's not like it's a style that I'm comfortable with. Obviously, I'm not that good at it. You can see from my impeccable macro this game.
It's, once you get big, it's hard to keep up.
So this overseer stuff is cute and all. Do I need to do anything about it?
No, eventually your queens are going to do enough damage where they overseers won't be able to come in anymore. It's pretty annoying.
So you don't think it would make any sense to make like a spore or something like that?
No, I would never make a spore against this. I would just, like, you see it coming because you're spreading out overlords, and you just gather up your queens and you attack them and chase them away. think you want to take your gases on your turret
Yeah, just
pretty early. Because the infestors and possibly hydras cost a lot of gas.
Alright, when would I start adding in hydras, or when would you start adding in hydras?
Basically after I have like maybe 4 infestors, I would probably start thinking about hydras.
You see his army here.
A very small army
Yeah, it looks small.
on the top.
Uh,
Your overlord actually saw that as well. He's making cute moves.
yes, he is. Alright, so I need to probably counter in some capacity, huh?
Yeah, I think that's your only choice after losing the 3rd base. Losing the expansion on top.
Oh, infestors. Shit.
In that battle, a lot of your roaches were pacing back and forth behind your front line. When you're fighting roach against roach, you really gotta watch. Like you want all your roaches to be shooting, preferably,
Right.
because they have such a limited range. It's very easy to like not use half your army.
So what about hive?
If you had 4 base right now and 4 gases, I would say go hive, but you're just not gonna have gas for it. I have to say this guy plays it pretty well. I would like to see him against like a much earlier pressure though, because he basically made the same amount of drones you did, except he had like, well, at least in his games against me, he used a build where you can't really scout that well. This game he did though.
Oh, it's more infestors than I can deal with.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary force. Especially because in StarCraft 2 all your stuff gets clumps.
Mm-hmm.